Hello and welcome to another episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood. That's me, Corey Urkel.
That's me.
And Anthony Smith is back for another guest appearance.
That is me.
Today is our Game of Thrones edition. We're going to do something a little different. We are going to do 20 or 30 minutes of podcasting before the season premiere, which is on in about an hour, and then another 30 minutes after. So we'll talk about a little bit about what happened happened last season. We'll talk about what we think is going to happen this season, and then we'll go from there. So, which one of you guys? Corey knows the most about Game of Thrones. I've been interested in it the longest. Just want to put that out there.
Fair enough.
And I'm just a diehard fan.
I think I got you to watch it.
No, I was going to watch it.
You were going to watch it?
I was.
Somebody had recommended the first book to me like a year or two before it came out, and I read it. And then when I saw that it was coming out...
It's like Sean Bean you sold. You know?
Yeah. Anything,
at the time, that's what...
Anything Sean Bean's in, we would have watched anyways. But Corey knows the lore and the history and all that way better than Anthony and I. He knows...
Well, you guys, you've read a book.
I've read 2.5 books.
And I have read no books.
Okay, I haven't read them all, so 4. So...
But you've also read all the short stories and...
A couple. But nothing that's going to give away this next season. So I'm in the dark on that. So we don't have any book spoilers.
Yeah, we don't have anything that would lend to that. So
yeah. Except what you read on the internet, which I read something which I don't care to repeat here.
yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
So we could go over where we left with the characters last. Jon Snow is quote unquote dead. HBO says so. Everybody says so, even though
Death isn't permanent.
Yeah. Well, especially when what's her name, Melisandre.
Yeah.
Is back in the keep. You've watched her resurrect people before. Jon Snow is Jon Snow. I'm doing rabbit ears here. Is dead, but when he's resurrected, who is he going to be? I'm just assuming whether we see him in the first episode or not. He's going to be back, especially because Kit Harington's talked about how much he hates his hair, and he's contractually obligated to keep his hair while he's on the show, and he hasn't cut his hair yet.
Yeah.
So
if they wait till the season finale before they bring him back,
Walking Dead moment.
Oh God, they better bring him back within the first 3 episodes, in one way or another.
They could bring. I could see them waiting until the end of the first episode to be like, "Look, he's back." But I watched 7 of the last season's episodes, and I just watched his name, Ollie, or whatever the little kids stab him, and I'm like,
for the watch.
Yeah, this fucker better be back in the first episode.
Who, Ollie?
No.
No one.
Nobody gives a shit about Ollie.
Well, Ollie is in the first episode. Oh, no, I seen him on the trailer, so I know he's in the show.
Well, you know who's going to be on this season is it Bran?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
they're going to bring him back.
all last season.
And
So
he's going to be a little
I'm
badass.
gonna see more White Walker. Have you watched the trailer for it?
I seen the first one, but I know there's been other teaser trailers that have come
I
out.
don't know if anything from that is spoiler for you, but if they showed a White Walker, would that be?
that would not be a spoiler. But for the record, I haven't watched a single trailer other than like the teaser one at the very beginning that had like.
It was just Bran's voiceover. I think.
Yeah. So I haven't seen any trailers.
So I can't. I'm not gonna spoil any of that, but Bran looks like he's gonna be in the middle of that shit. It's gonna be tight. Hopefully, maybe he makes it back to the wall with the 3-eyed raven guy, and helps resurrect Jon Snow. I mean,
that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like, it might not be Melisandre. It might be Bran. He might come back and have some kind of mystical powers.
What if Bran brain controls him like he did with Hodor? And Jon Snow's dead, but his body is still being used.
Yeah.
That'd be some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I assume he's going to be dead but he's going to be like he'll have a different title, like it's like Rescuer of the North, or that's Warden of the North. It's like King of the North. It won't be Jon Snow anymore. They'll bring him back and he'll just have a different title.
Do you think he's gonna have a different type of attitude, like be a lot more like kind of evil, more badass kind of?
He might just be more short, like not height wise, but just like, this is what I'm doing. We're doing it right now. Here we go.
He may be a completely different person. Maybe like just vengeful.
Yeah, like he wants to go take care of business.
Well, and because I've heard rumors of them bringing Lady Stoneheart, who is Catelyn Stark, but I don't have anything to back that up. That's just kind of rumors.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
They thought that was gonna appear last season. Jessica Cersei, what's her name, tweeted something, but
it was a picture of a heart made out of rocks.
But it's confirmed that whole plot line is not going to be in the show. It's long gone. But I did hear the guy who played Caitlyn's uncle. I can't remember his character's name, but he was the last time we seen was Red Wedding, and
Was it the guy with the beard that like connects?
whatever the Blackfish? No, that was
That guy's dead.
Oh,
He was
okay.
beheaded by Theon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Theon killed him.
Whatever his name was, the Blackfish, but he's the guy who excused himself to take a piss when the Red Wedding happened,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
and he hasn't been seen since that season. What is that? Season 3?
It was a really long piss.
Yeah. Well, he's back defending whatever.
Walder
uh,
Frey, right?
It was like the
He was so back in the books. He was defending Riverrun, like they were besieged. But whether or not that's happening in the show, but I heard he's back in this season. So
It's funny with situations like that, like he went out to get a pack of smokes, or he went out to take a piss. It's like Carl leaving the girl in the closet in the season finale, and now she's fucking locked in that closet.
yeah. So that's cool for people returning.
Since I was watching this last season, and Jorah Mormont has the stone skin shit,
It's grayscale.
grayscale. So did Stannis' daughter,
Yeah.
and they kept it at bay.
Yeah.
Do you think that
He's dead.
You think Jorah's dead?
I think he's going to basically consider himself dead and put himself on a suicide mission.
Probably.
Gotcha. You don't think that at some point it's gonna, because he doesn't have it in the book, right?
Or I have no idea. It'd be funny if like he rubs on people without them knowing, and like basically it's a death sentence.
It's like a zombie
Like
bite,
what-
not telling
yeah.
people that you got bitten.
Like when
That'd be pretty
Dario-
cool. He rubs on the Dothraki chief or whoever he comes across, and it's like you're dead now. That'd be tight.
Well, I mean, when him and Dario leave off, he's like, "Oh, we have a lot to talk about," and he smacks him on the chest or whatever. He touches him. I immediately thought, "What if he's gonna
Maybe
get
your
Dario?
skin has to already have it, like it'd be that specifically that part of the
I
skin
think so. I think it's,
to be
but-
contagious. It's like herpes. It's
but we
like
don't exactly know. So
it's like an open wound, sore.
lepers, but
What?
I'm disappointed. I think they announced that basically Stannis is officially off the show and done.
That guy hated the show. Did you see what he said?
I heard you say it that he didn't.
He didn't understand the show. He didn't like it. He just did it for the money,
He sounded kind of like an asshole.
right?
But I don't know if his plot is gonna be deeper in the books. I think it is. I don't think he's dead yet, as far as like what I know. But they killed like his whole arc throughout the whole show sucked.
Oh yeah, he had the
Like
worst
he's
luck.
destined. You know, I guess the same thing as Jon Snow. You know, prophecy wise, I'm gonna take over. I have a plan. I'm gonna go up north. And it all just is for shit because nothing happened. He fucking lost. He kills his daughter. Him killing his daughter was
I didn't even watch it a second time when I was watching the
the
episode.
toughest fucking thing. It was so weird that his wife, who was an asshole, he didn't want to do it, and Stannis, who an episode before showed some heart when he was talking to her, and he fucking did it, and then he's piece of shit.
I
Yeah.
hate that part of that episode so
But
much.
Yeah.
badass. That Game of Thrones will do anything. So
Yeah, that's true.
that was fucking crazy.
His story arc, Sansa's story arc, it's just like, let's just shit on this chick for 5 seasons. There's nothing you know, you get the little bits of her turning it around and becoming like,
Not enough.
yeah, exactly. It wasn't enough.
I remember the outburst when she had that rape scene this last year. That wasn't. Whatever.
I watched
It was only kind of rapey. It was a little rapey.
It was legal because she's married, and it's back in those days. But if she doesn't fucking do anything cool this season,
yeah.
like they keep building up, like, oh, she's gonna be a badass this season. She's gonna be badass. She almost was, almost.
I liked seeing the Kennel Master's daughter smack her face on the concrete again
Oh, that was
with
great.
the thwap, and you see the blood fucking squirt out.
You see a what?
You see blood squirt out.
They said butt.
Yeah, you see butt squirt out. Well,
I
you do
hate
lose control of your
I
faculties
thought
when
there
you
was something I
die.
missed.
I hate
Yeah.
her character so much.
Her
It's good to
and
look at.
Roose Bolton were meant for each other, man. Or Roose Bolton, but Ramsay
Ramsay.
Bolton.
Ramsay Bolton is
He's a badass.
he's the best character on the show.
Ramsay's awesome, but she is a hard C. She's
is-
a hard C word, is what she is.
He's brutal. Katrina was saying, do you think Ramsay's going to kill his dad at some point? Now that he's a Bolton, he's an official Bolton. His dad can control anything, and then he would be head Bolton.
I don't think. Well, I would say his dad seems like the only person he's afraid of.
Take him out.
But maybe in the heat of the moment. But I don't think he's orchestrating anything. There's no hints at it yet.
Well, he obviously doesn't want that kid to be born.
Right. That may come into play, but between the two Boltons, I wish they'd have more screen time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Him with his shirt off in the stable that one, two seasons ago?
He wasn't a little pussy.
Yeah, he didn't he have like an axe and a sword? He didn't even have like a shield or anything.
He had a
He had a
sword and he
cleaver.
had a mace.
Yeah.
Is what he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just laughing at it.
That's almost Patrick Bateman, American Psycho, fucking just running around naked, just getting ready to knife someone.
The guy's begging for mercy. Mercy. You shall have whatever he said.
Whose storyline are you most excited about seeing in this upcoming season? Yeah, I mean, mine is Jon Snow, assuming he comes back.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Nobody picked Sam. Fuck.
Yeah, poor Sam. And Tyrion. Anytime Tyrion's on, it's great. I mean,
I'm kind of nervous for Arya's story because now she's blind, you know, and that was a totally badass scene when she kills Sir Meryn.
I just watched that again. It was badass.
Oh yeah. She's like, "Who am I?" And
She
you know
takes
who
her
I
time.
am. Yeah, and I wish he would have like said something, like admitted that he knew who she was or something like that. But and then she goes back and you know, what's his name? Jaqen H'ghar, if that's his real name.
It's an anagram.
No one.
Yeah, he's no one. But what I mean is,
He was way better when he first came on, though.
yeah,
A couple seasons ago when he's.
I'm glad they brought him back.
Me too. I didn't like the other guy,
If it had been
even if you saw him for a
anybody
minute.
But what is she gonna do though now that she's blind?
Maybe she can see through other people's eyes
Oh.
when she has a different face on.
I hope
don't
she
know.
becomes a legit assassin, but it'll take another season before that would ever happen, I imagine. Or
She's got to be the best female character on the show, by far.
You don't like the queen? Even after the ship?
No.
I wanted to see that shit go down. In King's Landing?
Yeah.
Those little religious
Sparrows.
assholes, like, oh, they need to get what's coming. I didn't hear, you don't like Lannisters, you know, basically, you know, at least Cersei. But after those religious people being fanatics and being dicks and taking over, and the king has no say in it,
Yeah.
She's a bitch.
you want them to get what's coming to them.
I do
And
want to see.
The mountain is going to bring it, I hope.
I do want to see. Yeah. I would love to see the Hound come back because that's another one of those people. You know,
They kind of left on
they left on. Or did I just say the Hound or the Mountain?
the Hound.
I want to see the Hound. I know that it's one of those things that you know he's dead, but you never see him die. But what are they gonna do? Crawl through the hills and
No comment.
no comment? Oh, okay. What about? We haven't talked about Jamie in the boat.
Dude, I got like that broke my heart for Jamie because
Like,
I
he
actually
finally-
like him.
Yeah, everybody likes Jamie. I mean, he's hard to dislike, and you finally his daughter, you know, is admitting, you know, I know you're my dad. I'm happy you're my dad. It's a up moment for him, and then just boom.
If the first episode isn't Jamie immediately turning the boat around and going to slit that lady's throat, then I'm going to be a little disappointed.
No, now they have Prince. What's his name?
Tristan or something
In the boat, right?
Yeah,
Because he's going to King's Landing, so they have. Not
They
that.
could still turn the boat around. They're 10 feet
Yeah,
offshore.
the Sand Snakes don't give a shit. I mean, it's frustrating watching this. The guy in the. He's not the king though, right?
He is.
Is he king?
Yeah.
They never call him king though. The guy in the wheelchair that's always sitting.
It's
Oberyn's
no,
brother.
His older brother.
They call him Lord.
I think they call him the Prince of Dorne. They have the title of being the rulers are the prince or the princess.
Okay,
So
But I think he's like the oldest.
Prince Dorne
Yeah.
Martell.
but like he's the only fucking person in the whole show that makes sense. He's like, I want to keep peace. I don't want to fight with anybody. I want to. And this stupid bitch is fucking like, we're going to war because one guy died.
Yeah.
It's like, as cool as Oberyn was, he died in a trial by combat, and he
Yeah.
took his time. He could have fucking ended the mountain.
It's funny. It's elaborated on in the book that, you know, he keeps saying it's two camps. One, he went up there, he died honorably, like legally, but the other, like, he was a beloved royal member of Dorne, and that him dying in King's Landing, you know, trying to get justice upon the princess who was murdered 20 years ago. It almost makes like a civil uprising against Dorne Martell. In the books, he's kind of the same way where he keeps his cool, and everybody around him's trying to be warmongers and start shit. And it's awesome at the end. Like he has some greater plan in mind. He hates the Lannisters more than anybody, but he's so smart about it that he keeps it cool. I mean,
I like that.
in the books, the last thing he ever says that I read was book 4. So I don't know how it goes, but that he wants to bring over the Khaleesi and basically host her armies, like
Nice.
funnel them through Dorne and, you know, rise the Targaryens back.
Nice.
But whether that happens in the books,
I want to see his big bodyguard do some more battling.
yeah,
Yeah, that guy
Ariel
was
Hota.
The guy that elbowed Braun in the face.
Yeah.
Braun, is that his name?
Braun, yeah.
Braun.
Yeah.
He's great too.
He's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
I was so glad they didn't kill him.
Yeah,
He was so
I'm
close.
actually gonna go back and this is the first time I've gone back and watched episodes except for the first couple. I'm gonna go back to where he was introduced and he volunteers the fight for Tyrion. I want to watch that episode again.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's top 5 characters.
Yeah. What other storylines are there going into? There's John, hopefully, Night's
Yeah.
Watch
So,
at least.
Sam's story might get interesting actually if he's heading down, and his dad, what's his name? What's
Yeah.
the actor? Ian McShane.
Ian McShane, but he's only in it for one episode, I think.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
There are 2 characters that are super under the radar, but I'm like very curious about, and that's Varys and Littlefinger. I think those 2 are the top, like, underrated, that definitely have something going on that nobody knows about, that they're gonna just,
Because they know everything.
yeah, you know,
On,
literally.
on a side note, I have to just say this out loud because nobody will believe me. If they ever did a Beetlejuice 2 or a remake, the guy that plays Varys has to play Ortho.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is so they even talk to save. I mean, I was watching it today. I'm like, man, because I think his name's Glenn Shaddix or Henry Shaddix or whatever his name.
Was.
Yeah, he passed away. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, quite a while ago. He was the
A
mayor
few years.
from Nightmare Before Christmas. I want to know if Jon Snow's dead. I mean, that's my number. Right? That's everybody's number one thing.
And I want to see what Tyrion does. Now you got Missandei and
I'm
Grey
curious
Worm with him.
if there's gonna be like another Khal Drogo for that group of
Ahead of those
Dothraki.
Dothraki.
Maybe another
There
Khal.
has to be. And I mean, didn't Daenerys send a couple guys who were still loyal to her away at some point? Or am I mistaken?
When she was lost in the Red Waste, she sent them right west, east, north, but one came back slain by another call.
So do you think that maybe one of the ones that are still loyal to her went and built an army and they're coming to...
Calls only follow people who are strong. Or
Well,
Khalizar, so...
She has
more
3
like-
dragons. And she has a dragon right there, doesn't she?
And they'll say, well, you don't have them with you.
There's the one with her still, isn't it?
So, with her...
The
is
biggest
like,
one?
It's like around, and it comes maybe even
When she
more-
closes her
she
eyes?
has no control over it.
Are you
so-
sure? Because she closed her eyes in the fighting pits and he came.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Is it like...
Like, she needed to close...
She's like Professor X?
You actually she was stopped. She couldn't get to move, do anything she wanted.
She's got to put the time in to train him. It's like a dog.
Yeah.
If you don't put the time in, it's not going to...
What's
Listen to
funny is
you.
I think Tyrion's gonna train the other 2.
You think so?
I think he's gonna figure out a way. He knows a lot about dragons. I think that'll be if he does. But
I still like when he first sees Drogon
Oh
flying.
my
and
goodness.
He just,
Such a good scene.
Oh man.
Yeah. Could you... when we were watching that again, I was like, can you even imagine? like...
seeing something like that, it's like,
yeah. It'd be like...
like when you get close to the airport, you see a jet coming down. For, really up close, like holy shit, that's big.
To me, it'd be like if you fucking went out your front door and you saw an elephant walking down the street.
Yeah.
You'd just be like... But you've seen an elephant before. I mean, you've never seen a dragon before.
Yeah. Hey, there's gonna be a plot line nobody has thought of because they not really showed it, but some Greyjoy stuff. Was Yara even in last season?
She was for a minute.
What
I
was
think,
she doing?
When
I don't think she was.
or was that the season before when she
She was trying to rescue Theon a season before that.
and then she goes back to the Iron Islands and talks with the father. I can't remember what happens.
But in the novelization, what's Theon's dad's name? Balon?
Balon Greyjoy, yeah.
He took a tumble right before the wedding, until they got word of that he fell off a bridge. And in the book that I had read, they're trying to decide who's going to be the new king of the Iron Islands. And his brothers all have this... I thought it was awesome. Like, the brothers all like compete for it in a way. And I know from the trailers and from talking that at least one of them as the main character this time, Euron Greyjoy, and he was I think he was a pirate one. And he was in the trailer. I think he was slaughtering a couple people. So I think the Greyjoy is going to have some plotline this time, and I'm excited.
That'd be good. What about Sir Davos? Is that his name?
Davos, yeah.
Davos?
You
The
don't watch
Onion
any
Knight,
clips.
right?
I think the first episode he's going to have a badass moment.
Because, you got to figure if he was where the girl was, that's why he sent him away. That's why Stannis sent him away. Because he would have fought until either he died or he rescued her.
Yep.
Right.
And he wouldn't have cared what Stannis said. That's the only thing that would have made him turn against Stannis.
Yep.
So once he finds out how it happened, because he's got to find out how it happened, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure he will.
Well, because everybody's dead,
Well, he knows it happened, but
but he doesn't know how it happened.
what's that going to change?
He might go crazy. I don't know.
He might want to kill what's her name?
Melisandre?
Melisandre.
That's true.
Melisandre. She won't tell him.
Yeah. I feel so bad for him. He loved that girl more than her dad did.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
loved her like she was his daughter.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she taught him how to read.
And where does he go from here? I mean,
I'm not gonna, it's a lot in the trailer, but
we'll have to talk about it when we come back from.
he's a
this
good
break.
guy. So he's up in Castle Black. So what bad just happened there? So some shit's gonna happen.
Oh, dude! If he starts laying people out that mess with Jon Snow, I want to see that fucker. That's the head ranger. I want to see that guy eat shit.
I think you may see
I
it.
hate that guy. I
Alistair
hate that guy.
Thorne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing though. That you know, this actor you hate, you're like, that's a good actor. Because
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy.
That's how I was with Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Oh, who's that Harry Potter teacher? The one that's worse than Voldemort.
Umbridge.
Oh god.
Dolores Umbridge?
She could have been the main enemy. Fuck.
Yeah, she was terrible.
Yeah.
When somebody you hate somebody that much, you're right. You know they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
But I didn't even think about that. Oh shit, man! Now I'm super excited about.
Yeah, and I hope that happens first. I think it should be the first scene we got. I mean, they left off.
It was the last scene.
Yeah.
So if he stumbles on it and those guys are there, oh,
Yeah, but
because there's people there that are still loyal to Jon Snow.
right, but he is by himself. Otherwise, he don't have any Stannismen with him.
Because what's his?
But and wildlings are up there too, and wildlings were totally Jon Snow.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if a giant ripped one of them apart?
Hell yeah.
So
There's only like one giant left over.
He has a specific name, right?
they may have called him something. They said he was somebody. I don't remember.
I like to look on the faces. I mean, it was Jon Snow the first time he saw a giant, but when the Night's Watch, when the giant's walking through, they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
I like when I think it was Pip has to ask him for that the piece of obsidian back from him, and he's like, "Fuck you," and just he's like, "Okay."
That's not Pip. Pip's got an arrow to the throat.
Who asked him then? Someone.
Who's the
That
guy
was
with
Dolores Ed.
Oh, okay.
Who's the Jon Snow's other right hand man after Sam?
Dolores Ed.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, he's still up there too.
Yeah.
So hopefully, he defends.
And you know, where's the guy with the red beard?
He got
He went with
killed.
the wildlings. So he's down south. He's south of the
Wait.
wall.
He's not killed.
The guy with the
Oh.
red beard, or the guy that died in the hall when he fought the giant?
No, that
Not a Night's Watch.
Oh,
the wildling
oh.
with the big crazy red
should know his
beard.
name.
Oh yeah. It's not.
He's
giant
north,
something.
He's north of the wall. He's not
He's
with.
south of the wall.
Okay.
He got let through. So if he's friends with Jon Snow,
Ooh.
yeah,
He is so badass in every scene that he's in.
yeah, he looks fucking fierce.
Even when I was watching the scene again really closely when he's like easy to say with somebody that's chained,
Yeah.
and he takes it off and they're staring at each other, and you can see his like facial twitches and like everything in his face change. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I love this guy.
I like that Jon Snow put the arrow through what's his name's heart. in that.
Yeah, Mance Raider.
Yeah, that's an awesome character thing to do. Like if you're such a good character, you
Shows
just can't
mercy.
see it. Yeah,
That's
and such an awesome sign to the wildling guy. You know, that he would defy a king to do that.
yeah, and it's hard to watch, and Jon Snow is just trying to make peace with everybody and say, hey, we're gonna need these people. The wall wasn't built for wildlings; it was built for
Yeah.
White Walkers. But over time,
But there's so much hate in everybody
some-
that they can't see it.
they
because
can't see it,
the
and he
friends,
can.
The friends have all been killed by
Yeah.
wildlings and vice versa. So it's fresh wounds, and nobody wants to.
And he is. He's just trying to make peace, and nobody wants to see it.
We see it. We're objective, but they can't.
Yeah,
Which is fucked up, especially when Ollie's fucking his handpicked squire.
it's like the Bernie Sanders of Game of Thrones. He's trying to help everybody.
Politics on this. So I'm super excited. It's gonna suck that this hour won't be enough to cover every single of these plotlines.
No,
So
won't.
either we're gonna get 5 minutes per character and we're gonna be disappointed, or we're gonna get like 6-10 minute scenes and we're
Of the
gonna
most
be
important
like,
ones.
Where's Bran at? Where's
I'm cool not seeing
The fuck is Rickon?
Theon. And you're right. Where is he? He's
Him-
with
him and
Osha.
Asha.
Osha.
the wildling girl who took the youngest Stark? Last scene,
Nymphadora Tonks from Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Bran and
It was like
Hodor
4
were
seasons.
separated when they went under the wall or whatever.
Shaggy Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Snow? Or Snow? Ghost.
Ghost is with Jon Snow.
Really?
He's up there, yeah. So
With who?
But did
Well-
they kill Ghost?
no, and I know for a fact that he's gonna be involved.
Well, I mean,
Because
there's
of the trailer.
there's a ton of fan theories that say John's gonna be in Ghost, but I really wouldn't like that.
In one of the books, what do they call it? The wildlings they call him a skin changer or something. When one of them dies, he goes into the eagle, and that's where his mind permanently is. So and the character's killed off, like not off page, but almost basically he had no words. And then somebody mentioned later, oh yeah, the eagle's following you, Jon Snow, because you actually killed that guy. That was a skin changer, and he really hates you. And that was the character, the Pirates of the Caribbean guy. The same thing happened in the show. I forgot. Remember the Pirates of the Caribbean guy with the glass eye in Pirates?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
him and Jon Snow had a tiff one season.
Yes, I know what you're talking
And then
about.
Jon Snow killed him, and then the eagle came down and scratched Jon Snow's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when he got shot right in the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that eagle.
I am super excited now. Like, I forgot about some of the stuff, and now that we're talking about it, I'm like, oh my goodness. Even though I just watched the finale an hour
You
ago.
didn't think about who's there. You think it's Jon Snow by himself. But
Yeah,
not
but
quite.
there's so many other people at the...
Yeah.
One group of people I'm glad are out. I'm pretty sure for a while are the Thens. I fucking hate the Thens,
Fucking
dude.
hate Thens.
I
You need to watch Hard Home.
Who?
Did
Thens,
you watch
the
Hard
cannibal wildlings? The one with the
Oh.
bald
yeah.
head and like
yeah,
no
I know what
ears?
you're talking about.
But you didn't watch the zombie attack one, right?
I didn't rewatch it. I watched
right,
it.
You should totally.
Oh man, dude, I can't wait to see more.
They made that joke again. Somebody, it's a recurring thing is people say I hate Thens, and then the redhead guy, Giant Spain, whatever he said, the Thens didn't want to go with Jon Snow, and he said privately, "Man, I fucking hate Thens."
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
Thens.
the White Walkers attacked, and everyone died. That's the best episode. You should have rewatched that.
Yeah, I ran out of time. I watched 3 episodes last night, and then I watched. It's not something that you can watch where kids are around.
I think IGN ranked Hard Home the best episode.
Is that
This
the?
last week?
Is
Yeah, that's the name of that. That's
Okay.
that's the place where the zombies attacked.
Do you guys think that they're gonna try to find more Valerian steel swords?
Probably. I mean, because it kills White Walkers, right?
Yeah. Brienne's got a Valyrian steel sword, and she's up in the north.
She would take out some fucking White Walkers.
Oh
Yeah, I wonder what her plot is going to be. If she doesn't link up with Sansa, what the hell is she going to be doing? She got her revenge. I mean, is she going to head to Castle Black too?
How about you just end some storylines?
When I was watching the last episode when Stannis goes and fights the Boltons, and she's standing there like looking out the window waiting for her to light the candle or
and then
whatever.
As soon as she turns away.
As soon as she turns away, it lights, and I was just like, you could have waited like 2 more seconds and you would have been fine.
Yeah. What was Brienne going to do anyway? She wasn't going to storm the castle and rescue. Hell, Theon, that little bitch. Oh God.
Do you think this season he gets kind of a
some balls? He's
well,
lost
not some balls, but
they're
some
cut off.
redemption?
I hope so.
Because he actually didn't kill her brothers. I mean,
Right.
he did some stupid ass
He
shit.
killed 2 other little kids.
Yeah, he did some stupid ass shit, but he
He betrayed her brother, led to his downfall, his defeat. Basically led to the Red Wedding. So if Theon had never betrayed, if he had written Robb a letter saying my father plans to attack the north, everyone would still be alive. So if he doesn't die defending Sansa, then there's no redeeming him.
yeah. Well, that makes sense. I could see that happening. But
And if he actually dies killing what's his face, all the better. Even though I love that character, that'd be a good redemption. Him killing Ramsay.
well, we're about 30 minutes in. We usually keep the podcast right about an hour.
Oh God, what if Sansa flees back to the Iron Islands? Oh, is that why they're in the show now? That
Maybe.
could happen, would it?
I don't know. Where's
Fuck, if she goes the opposite direction of all her relatives,
Baelish going?
fuck.
To King's Landing, right?
King's Landing?
He told Cersei last time when Stannis and them fight, they're gonna be weak, and my army from the Vale could take them out.
His ultimate goal is to be in charge of
He
everything.
wants to be Warden of the North.
Yeah.
So if he's not leading the army this season up north, I don't know what he's doing. And what's like the Queen of Thorns gonna do? That we mentioned them.
Yeah.
The Queen's still locked up. The Queen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The King's a little bitch. The Queen of Thorns is fucking pissed. She's basically about to withdraw and like her support to the crown.
They're
A lot of shit's gonna go down this season.
what's the new king's name? I forget that the
Tomlin?
Tomlin.
Tommen.
What is he gonna do? You know.
Grow up hair, motherfucker.
No, he's gonna want to get some more action, so he's gonna do whatever he can to get his wife out of jail.
And I think
But-
Cersei would agree with him, and that might lead to the whole demolishing of those
That's funny.
cultists.
Because Cersei will be in a pickle because she wants that queen bitch in prison, but she wants revenge on those fucking
Sparrows?
religious bastards. Yeah. So what does she do? Kill the religious bastards and then free the queen? Say oops?
Yeah.
It might be for the better.
All of that is her fault.
And the Queen's brother should have really stepped up. If he's the Knight of the Flowers, an awesome knight, which in the show he's not.
You mean Iron Fist?
Well, yeah. No, yeah. Iron Fist? Is that what
Yeah.
That's what it would be. In season 1 and
He's playing Iron
2,
Fist.
you're like, okay, he's cool. He fought Brienne of Tarth in a melee. He was the second to last one. But this last, 2-3 seasons, he's just been having gay sex all the time and giving up. Oh, man, he's a disappointment.
But wait, he's in jail too, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first one locked up in the Inquisition.
Well, we should probably take pause here and go watch the series premiere, and then come back and we'll talk about what we saw. It's going to be cool because we don't know anything that's going to happen so far, and now we get to watch what's going to happen and talk about it afterwards. So it might run a little long, but we'll see you guys after we watch the premiere.
Hopefully.
As long as nobody has a heart attack. It's probably me.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll be back. And we're back after the season finale, and Brian has joined us.
Season finale?
Premiere.
Fuck. Season premiere, and Brian has joined us. So we are back from watching the season premiere of season 6.
Season 6.
Yeah.
And Brian is with us. And god awful episode. Nothing happened. It was terrible. No. Like we said before, we took a break. Instead of, the real storylines you wanted to see and spending some decent time on them, we spent a few minutes with every storyline. So we didn't get too in-depth with anything, but we did see what happened to Jon Snow.
Nothing we wanted to see yet.
He's dead.
Almost. Next episode, maybe. We got a really crazy revelation at the end. The old lady.
Yeah. The red woman, Melisandre, took off her necklace and she aged, 100 years?
Yeah, it looked like she forsake her fire god religion, and it seemed like that was the only thing that made her young and beautiful. Her fire god necklace thingy.
I wonder if Stannis ever seen her without it.
No, I doubt it. But that makes you wonder, that fire god's got some power. Why would she forsake that? I don't know.
Most surprising part of the premiere. I mean, I know what I think it is, but what do you guys think it was?
I think it was when, I forget her name, but Oberyn's
Paramore?
Yeah, whatever her name is, totally just
fucking annihilated everybody right there?
Yeah.
So mad.
I didn't know how to say it.
God, I hate her.
Why? She's the new villain of the show.
She's such a flaming C word, man. I want to say it so bad.
Instead of the Lannisters being, the assholes of the show that everybody wants to die or whatnot, it's now freaking the Sand Snakes and Oberyn's ex, whatever her name is.
She's terrible.
Nymeria Sand? One of the Sands. What are all Sands?
Are we talking about the old lady that stabbed the guy in the heart?
Older.
The older woman.
She looks
with
good
short
for
hair.
40.
Yeah.
Oberyn's girlfriend or wife or
Okay.
sister or whatever
Alright.
she is.
And who's the young one?
The young ones?
that threw the dart knife.
That's her daughter.
One of the Sand
That's
Snakes.
one of his daughters. He's like Gene Simmons. He's
So-
got 60 kids.
In 5 minutes, 3 named characters got taken out. Dor Martell, Ariel Hota, and Prince, whatever his name
Tristan.
is. Tristan
Tristan
Martell.
Prince spear through the face.
I was hoping he
It's
would
like-
kill one of them.
At least one of them should have lived. You'd think Tristan would have been in King's Landing for the season. Nope. All dead. It's oh, Jesus Christ.
What's weird is, I honestly thought that he was on the boat with Jaime Lannister.
He was.
Could've sworn- but how did the snakes get on there?
It seemed almost like a separate boat
Yeah.
that came from the boat to the dock. You know what I mean? It seemed like a smaller boat because the boat that they were on, leaving Dorne,
Was a
had
galley.
it had rooms. It had an under. I'm not a goddamn sailor, so I don't know. But the other one was just like a fucking glorified canoe that had a dead body on it.
Yeah. Where did the dogs go?
I know. When they were going after Sansa, and the dogs sniffed her out around the corner, and then the dogs were just gone.
The hounds disappeared as soon as Brienne of Tarth showed up to rescue Sansa.
They probably seen their masters getting killed, and
Those hounds
I
are,
killed it.
are what they say a minute ago, they're trained to kill. So I doubt that.
The training that Pod did twice a day, I just watched last season, they practiced twice a day, paid off because he fucking killed somebody.
He held his own against one guy.
One guy.
Which is awesome because Brienne can still take 3 out.
Yeah.
So, the skill level.
I can't fucking wait for John's friend. What's his name? John's friend. Snow's friend.
Dolores Ed.
To come back with Redbeard.
Yeah,
and
you
fucking wreck house.
You want Castle Black to be cleaned up, and you want Dolores Ed in charge, or
And I want fucking Jon Snow to put on Melisandre's necklace
yeah,
or whatever and come back.
God, if that's how it happens, that would be awesome.
Well, you gotta.
But she sacrifices herself for him.
Yeah, because the prophecy is, she saw in the light or the fire or whatever that he's the one.
Rhaelor reborn.
So
Yeah.
he's gonna put on the fucking necklace and start wrecking house.
I would dig that. It's going to take probably like 5 episodes before anything becomes of it, as slow as it goes.
All I want to see is fucking Redbeard killing some crows.
I know his name, Tormund Giantsbane.
Tormund Giantsbane. I want to see him killing some crows.
I want to see him kill Alistair.
Oh God,
It's
he's
like-
such a dick.
Didn't him and Alistair have they were fighting during
Yeah,
the siege,
They had a battle.
and he wounded Alistair.
So there's gonna be another battle. He's gonna fucking kill
Yeah,
him.
so it'd be like the rematch, which would be pretty cool.
Yes.
But then what happens like with Ollie? What do you think? Should he
No,
be killed?
he needs to get fucking his neck slit too. Piece of shit.
What if like you see
that was his fucking steward, right?
What if Ollie they have them all lined up, and then Jon Snow wakes up, and,
And he's gonna
it's up to Jon Snow to decide what happens to him.
Yeah,
Like,
all of them stabbed in the heart. Bam! Fuck you.
that would be pretty cool.
Jon Snow's gonna come back, and there's gonna be no reasoning. It's gonna be, we're gonna fucking kill everyone.
I hope he comes back. What if he
Yeah.
doesn't?
He's coming back.
And they could just use him for that prop, for the dead body.
He's coming back. There's too much going on there for him not to come back.
If he did, you'd be mad. You would stop watching.
No, I'm not that piece of... if Daryl dies, we riot. Blah. Go fuck yourself. You're an adult. You're gonna watch what happens.
I don't know of any Game of Thrones character named Daryl.
Well,
As if Tyrion dies, we
Tyrion
riot.
dies, we riot.
Yeah,
Blah.
Tyrion's the only person who can command.
I saw a
that.
meme today that said, the guy that played Voldemort in Fear the Walking Dead?
Huh?
He played Voldemort in Harry Potter. He's in Fear the Walking
He was
Dead.
one of the young Voldemort.
Yeah.
Was
It
he Ralph
says if-
Fiennes' nephew?
It says if Johnny Depp dies, we riot. Because he looks like a young Johnny
Oh,
Depp.
really?
Yeah. Anyways, Jon Snow's coming back. He's wrecking house. He's gonna kill that little bitch, Ollie.
What do you think, Brian?
I agree with the initial statement that it was very scattered. It seemed like one of Lacey's soap operas, where they spent 30 seconds on 14 different storylines, so it was really hard to get invested into one thing.
Yep.
You three are head and shoulders above my knowledge on this.
At
so-
least it wasn't like like a soap opera where at the end of each person's designated segment
They
they just
stare off.
stare off. They're like
they stare at the next person
and there's like
for
really
5
dramatic
seconds,
music.
and then it goes to another conversation. I was mostly interested in the kid's name that's like psychic with Bran.
And he wasn't in it.
Yeah, him, and then the blonde girl. Like, because those are the two supernaturally things that I'm kind of wanting to know.
Yeah,
what happens.
You got very little Ira. You
Yeah.
got being beat with a stick for
Who
5
beats
minutes.
a blind person?
Well, isn't the older lady part of that
Yeah.
big castle thing? Doesn't she even like her, right?
God of many faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The many-faced god.
Many-faced God.
Now, is she training her, or does she have like a vendetta against her?
She's kind of,
Seems
I feel
like
like
both.
she's in the same position as Arya.
She's just
and
a couple
she's
months
jealous.
further along.
Like
or
an
like,
acolyte.
Oh,
And she's
okay.
very jealous. I
maybe
feel like.
she's been there longer, but she's caught up to her, and then she's jealous of
Now,
her. That would make
but
sense.
is that her or is that
Jack and Nagar.
Jack
right?
and Nagar.
Because you remember
I'm betting that it's all the same person. But you saw them in the same place at the same time.
we don't know how it works yet.
Yeah.
For all we know, they're not even human.
For the record, like I said before, we took our break. Anthony and Corey and I have been watching this for a long time. Brian kind of started watching 6 months ago.
I binge watched last year, yeah.
Okay.
You
So-
should be more caught up on everything than us.
Yeah. I know,
I
it's
mean-
just, yeah.
I lent him my first 2 seasons. And he had him for 2 years, I think, before he started watching them.
Yeah. And then I did the whole thing on HBO Go.
You didn't even watch my seasons?
I think I watched the first season.
Okay.
Like a fine wine, it's best just sitting on a shelf for a few years
Yeah.
before you enjoy it.
I need, now that they kind of touched base with everybody, other than Bran, I think Bran will probably be in the next episode. But I need more Castle Black. I need
more Tyrion.
that too.
You got him just giving his field report, the scouting the area,
Yeah.
and I want to see some. He's going to have some adversary over there. They've just hinted that it's going to be somebody pulling the strings of the what's that rebellion called?
The people with the gold masks.
Yeah. So
Golden Harpies?
Yeah, the Sons of the Harpies.
Sons of the Harpies.
Yeah, he needs some villain over there to
Take care of.
be going up against. So we'll see. He better unleash them dragons.
Well, who was the guy that was giving the speech? He could have just been nobody, but he could.
He was a priest of R'hllor. He's trying to convert people to be part of the fire god, which I don't know if that's good or bad. And they are totally behind the Khaleesi. Because she is born of fire in a way.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that'll become of. That's good for the city or bad. I guess time will tell.
Where's
Tyrion encountered one of those priests earlier, or before he got abducted by
Jorah?
Jorah. He was watching I think it was an Asian lady who was a priest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she eyeballed him or something. But so that's building to something. That whole religion is gonna come into play.
Where is Jon Snow's friend? I don't know his name.
Dolores Ed?
Is that
Samwell
him?
Tarly?
Samwell
Fat guy?
Tarly.
Yeah.
He's
Samwise
going to
is
be
one
a maester.
Yeah, so
He's
he's
gonna be
sitting down to
trained.
the southern edge of the continent.
Yeah, no Samwell. Is his name Samwell or is it just Sam?
Samuel Tarly.
Okay, it's not Samuel Gamgee.
Well,
Samwise Gamgee.
you'll probably
Samwise
see him in
Gamgee.
episode like 6, 7, 8 or something.
Gotcha.
He's on.
Maybe
a
he'll
wagon.
just go the whole season without him like Bran.
I'd be okay with that.
He might have some cool stuff, some cool revelations, new characters maybe.
Like his papa.
Who was the big guy that was carrying the girl from 300?
Oh, that was the mountain.
That was the mountain.
So how did he get resurrected?
That maester guy. He wasn't a maester though.
He's
He
kind
was
of a
like,
necromancer.
Yeah, he's almost like he's trained as a maester, but he's frowned upon because he does things that he
You
shouldn't.
can't tell whether or not he's super scientific. He likes to do autopsies and dissect corpses, and I think back in this age they don't approve of that because it's unnatural. So I think he's half just scientist, he knows biology, but then also looks like he's doing some
Shady
a
shit.
master of
Some
poisons
weird
and
stuff.
chemicals and perhaps necromancy, because the mountain never died, but he's his body's 100% poisoned, and now he's just like a monster.
He is such a big guy.
Yeah, he is.
So
He could have played in the NFL. He was with the Colts for a little bit, I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah,
was he really?
yeah,
He was, yeah.
Interesting.
yeah. He's a big dude.
You keep saying Maester, and I just think of Seymour.
Yeah.
Maester Seymour, sorry. Side note.
It's one of those guys you knew was a fucking bad guy the second you saw him on screen.
Mm-hmm. He's like, he has spiky blue hair. He's bad.
The Khaleesi actually had some pretty cool lines.
I like the dialogue between her and the cow.
Yeah, she did her language trick again. She didn't let people know she speaks her language. Let it go on, and right at the right moment, she's like, "Oh, hey,
So,
get your hands off me."
since they said that the widow of Akal has to go to this place
Vice
where
Dothrak.
They're gonna take her to that place.
that's
Yeah.
gonna suck.
I remember reading that in the first book. Vice Dothrak is a place where all Dothraki hordes.
Haven't they been there once?
Yeah,
before?
you remember they dragged the naked guy there, and there's these giant horse statues in season 1. It's where her brother got molten. So you can't bear weapons there. It's a place where all the Dothraki hordes, because a bunch of them, can go. It's
Sacred place.
a sacred place. You can't spill blood. So when they killed Viserys, they couldn't spill his blood. So technically, people had molten gold over his head, and no blood was spilled.
That's a shitty way to go, by the way.
Yeah.
I read something that's even worse in real life. They've done that by putting molten gold down people's throats.
I saw an article where I think it's 2 gang members so far have been killed by trying to gold plate their genitals
Nice.
Why would you do that?
because their nickname was Gold something,
The gold nuts, gold huevos.
and he
Gold member.
and he died. So
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I did like the dialogue between Daenerys and the cow. That was good.
So all widows of all cows live in Vice Dothrak, and they stay there and they teach new
Khaleesi's?
Khaleesi's their place. And I remember that happened in book 1. One day you'll rest here with you'll bring your call back and you'll stay here. And she's like, no, that's not for me. You kind of. And when she got captured by the horde in last season, I was like, I wonder if they find out if they're gonna honor that. And they did. It's as soon as she mentioned I was married to a call, they're like, oh shit, okay, we're gonna stop being vulgar and we're gonna treat you with respect.
Well, I mean, Jorah and what's his face?
Dario.
Dario are just gonna end up finding her.
Dario Naharis. But they can't spill blood in Vice Dothrak. Otherwise,
The thing is they don't follow.
no. But they'd
Dothraki
have
rule.
every single Dothraki horde. They don't want to do it.
Yeah, but they're. I mean,
But if they got in there and grabbed her,
Snuck around.
nobody could do anything except manhandle him. If they actually had the weapons, maybe nobody would want to attack him. Maybe.
So we waited 9-10 months, and we still don't know if Jon Snow is actually dead.
I think we'll have to wait 2 more episodes.
2 more episodes?
Should we one of you guys want to put guesses on it? I think episode 3 we'll find out whether he is alive or dead.
I think that's a safe bet. I don't want to bet against that because I think that's probably pretty accurate.
What do you say?
Well, because episode 2, they're probably going to go and explore other areas and avenues.
And there's going to be a fight at Castle Black. So it's going to be after that. So next one will be the fight at Castle Black.
What if it's the opposite? What if the fight at Castle Black doesn't come until later? Until Homeboy finds...
Comes back and Jon Snow is fucking wrecking people?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But I hope the giant comes back and starts just... Oh, man. That's going to be a good fight.
I hope he gets killed off like Doran Martell.
With the eyes?
Just stabbed in the chest and killed off 5
Oh,
seconds
That was some
into
bullshit.
this season. So fucked up.
yeah, that sucked.
Because he was like... They always kill off like the more noble, like... sensible guy that wants to do something right and keep either the peace or, you know...
Jon Snow.
It's bullshit.
I don't know if it's like it in the book. The book's usually pretty down to earth, but how all those royal guards who have been guarding Doran Martell
All of a sudden.
for 20, 30, who knows how long, all have a change of heart because Namir is Sand or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. Only one guard would have been loyal enough to defend him.
That's why I took him out first.
Right. But I think you'd have to... Even Jon Snow had a more loyal following than freaking one guy. Isn't that sad?
Yeah. So after Sansa dies, who is Brienne of Tarth going to be loyal to then? Is she going to go to Arya? And then when Arya dies, she'll go to the Khaleesi. And after the Khaleesi dies, she'll go to whoever. I mean, how many people is she going to be loyal to throughout?
The 2 Stark daughters is who she swore. And she's never not done anything in their interest since serving Catelyn Stark. But theoretically, if they were both dead, she would probably go back home to whatever the Emerald Isle,
Sapphire
Isle. Tarth.
I just know that if I was a noble person, that I wouldn't want her in my personal guard.
She's bad luck, but she's a good fighter.
Yeah, no, she's a beast, but I wouldn't want that reputation of...
Well, when you serve a king and he dies, and you serve a lady and she dies, what are you gonna do?
Find a new profession? Maybe she is a princess, right?
So,
Go home, Brienne of Tarth.
Princess?
Isn't her...
So her father's a lord. That'll make her a princess. She'd never be a princess.
She's a noble person.
Yeah, she
has
the
noble
best she could do is marry a lord, but she's so manly that only she could marry somebody way below her stature.
Nah,
I don't know, man. Could you imagine her and the Hound knocking boots? Because... Or the Mountain. You'd have to bring it. You have to have a steel bed frame.
That's what she would have to settle for marrying a knight, probably.
It's gonna be Jamie.
But she'll want to marry Robert.
Oh, Jamie.
Yeah.
They didn't
I
have a
would love
moment.
to see that. That's the romance that nobody is not even really hinted at anymore, but that needs to happen.
They had a good...
Brienne and
They had a
Jamie.
good season together.
Yeah, they had.
That was the same season as the Hound and Arya, right? Or were they 2 different seasons?
No, it's Red Wedding Time. Yeah.
Because those were good, like, team-ups.
Yeah. It works best in 2s. People traveling in 2s.
Man, I want to watch the next episode. I want to know what happens to Jon Snow.
That's the problem.
I know.
We got one whole week.
And it's such a good show, and it's the shortest season. I mean, Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, those shows give you 16 episodes. This gives you 10 episodes. And then next year they're saying there's only going to be 7.
What do you
Really?
like?
Yeah, and then after that is 6, and the show's done.
What do you like better?
Sucks.
17 episodes with a lot of filler, or 10 episodes where you every week you want to watch the next one because it's so badass?
The thing is Game of Thrones isn't, you know, they're guilty of that too. There's been times where there's just filler, and I'm like, this isn't progressing the story. Let's just, not as much as Walking Dead, but just, I want to see what happens. You're not progressing fast enough for me.
I guess the one time I remember that was Tyrion was having a conversation before he was to be executed about Bugs, his retarded cousin. That was a time filler.
Yeah.
But considering we got that freaking epic fight between the Red Viper and the Mountain.
That was a good fight.
That's still one of my favorite episodes, and it still stresses me out every time.
Yeah. That's top 5.
You know a show's doing something right when you're legitimately stressing out while you're watching
Yeah.
it. That's like
Everyone freaked out. Everyone yelled in my house.
I know when we were talking about it when we did the Walking Dead episode, but that scene in the bar with Rick, it was so tense. You're like, what the fuck is gonna happen?
Yeah.
Those are, you know, they're doing something right when something like that happens.
I can't wait for the next Game of Thrones episode that makes me just freaking yell out. I mean, because it's happened like 4 times.
Red
Yeah.
Wedding.
Red Wedding, Sean Bean getting decapitated,
And then the mountain.
the Mountain killing the Viper. If there was another one, I'm forgetting it.
I don't think I yelled out when Jon Snow died, but it sucked.
Oh, I was freaking. Yeah, that was bad.
I yelled, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Pretty damn loud.
As soon as you seen the word traitor, you're just like, oh shit, and then stab. Oh no.
He's probably the most knowable person in the entire show. Like, he has no.
Sean Bean was up there.
Yeah, no, Sean Bean, but he's
He
gone.
don't have enough time to shine.
He's got no self-interest, you know what I mean? He could have gone and helped and avenged Robb Stark's death, but he doesn't. He wants to... It seems like he wants to better everything. He doesn't...
I would say Rob was exactly the same, except in the show they made him seem kind of like an idiot for marrying that fucking field nurse.
Marrying Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter.
Yeah,
You know, that's Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter. It's kind of cool.
yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you gonna watch the next episode, Brian?
I didn't watch the first 5 seasons for like forever, so
you're not
I
even
wouldn't
gonna watch
mind.
next week's
Oh, I
episode?
will. Oh no, I will. I just would.
What are you
I
going to watch?
wouldn't
Do you have
even,
HBO?
like, we have HBO Go, so it'll be on like the day after.
So you have HBO.
Yeah, I mean that's what we did with Hard Knocks. We just waited a night and then watched it. So I'll probably do the same thing here.
Hard Knocks. This is not the podcast that
Oh well,
cares about Hard Knocks.
it's on HBO. So I did that, and we'll do the same thing. We'll wait a day and watch it on Monday.
Oh, but you gotta watch out for spoilers.
I knew I knew there was a red wedding years after it happened. I didn't know what it consisted of.
Did it take you
But I
off?
mean-
Did it catch you off guard when you actually watched it though?
Yeah, it did. I was surprised and kind of appalled what happened, and then I understood why it was called that. And
Yeah.
I was that
So,
same way when I watched The Departed. I knew everybody died, but I didn't see it coming.
I didn't know anything about the Red Wedding, so I was fucking taken aback. Like, no, you can't kill Rob. You can't kill his wife. You can't kill Catelyn. You can't kill all these characters.
Catelyn's the mom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So,
alright with
does
her
that
death.
have anything to do like with the promotions they were doing? It showed her face on the wall. Do you think that means anything at all?
What wall?
The wall inside that with all the faces on it.
Oh,
Well, they showed all kinds
that was the
of
first
Oh, they
teaser.
showed-
The first teaser they showed all the characters who've died throughout the seasons, and they had like a little voiceover from the most famous like audio. So it started with what's his face, Ned Stark, and then went through it. And at the very end, it showed Tyrion and had one of his quotes. It zoomed out, and showed all the characters still alive, which says basically anyone can die.
Gotcha.
All men must die.
All people must die, I guess.
No, all men must die.
I know, but
Robert, don't. No.
but women have been dying too.
It's a saying in Game of Thrones.
I understand, but I mean,
Valar Morghulis.
Caitlyn
Valar
died.
Valar
The redheaded wildling
All men
died.
must serve.
The Kennel Master daughter died.
Well, yeah, you have to go through every death.
Everybody dies. Glenn dies.
What's
Glenn gets
worst
killed
death
by Negan.
so far.
The worst?
The worst. Do you think it's what's her face getting stabbed in the stomach with the baby?
Yeah.
That was
Oh
pretty-
fuck yeah!
that was
man. I mean,
pretty
can you
messed
even
up.
top that?
That was pretty gnarly.
Sure you could.
The fetus, not even her death. The fetus.
Yeah.
Although Rob had his head chopped off and replaced with his wolf, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Ghost is gonna wreck somebody in the next episode, by the way.
the freaking Viper getting his head.
That was pretty
Smashed
bad
up.
too.
Yeah, that was.
I was like screaming.
I raped her.
Oh god.
And then I
Like
crushed
the
her head like
Princess
this.
Bride gone wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Season premiere, good, not great. When it comes down to it,
It's
you know,
nice to have it back.
exactly. It's nice that you haven't even you watched.
It's great to have it back.
It's nice to have it back, even though Brian never really waited.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be back. You know, we got 9 more weeks, so in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I'll be like, man, the season's almost over. This sucks.
Oh man, every year we go through the same thing. It's hype, and then like week by week. Oh, I want next week. I want next week, and then the last week, like I don't want it to end.
Yeah. And usually each year, Walking Dead ends, and then I'm like, at least Game of Thrones is back. And then Game of Thrones is over, and then I'm like, fuck, I still gotta wait like 4 months till I find out who Negan killed.
That's just stupid as shit. in Game of Thrones left off this last season with a lot of cliffhangers, but that was the cliffhanger to just it's clickbait.
And now they can write 1,000 articles about who died and why they died and
Yeah.
why it should be them.
Oh, it's so stupid.
And it's gonna be Glenn
Did you review the guesses on a podcast before this one?
for
For
Yeah.
who Negan
yeah
kills?
yeah me Ben Wetzel was on the last.
He was
episode.
on the last podcast. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is there a consensus? I haven't listened to it.
He thinks it's Eugene.
I forget who I threw out.
I think it's Glenn, and we tossed around the idea of Sasha,
I think that'd be a cool death because she's important enough and
and
not important enough.
it'll make Abraham go crazy.
Yeah, it adds some.
But I think it's gonna be Glenn. But back on to
So who's gonna die this season in Game of Thrones?
the old lady, Melisandre.
Let's pick top two. What
The
two
redhead.
characters?
Yeah.
Okay, you think?
It's
Some-
going to be Theon Greyjoy
Okay.
and
I want that Weasley kid. to
Jorah
die.
Mormont. Those are my two guesses. Theon Greyjoy and Jorah Mormont.
Who's Theon's the guy that got tortured, right?
Yeah, he got his balls
Who's,
cut off.
who's the first?
You think
Who's the
guys
second
that-
guy?
Jorah
Already
is
on
the
the
guy with
last-
stone skin. The guy that
Yeah.
was the Khaleesi's.
You've been guys who are already on the last leg.
Okay.
You son
Yeah,
of a
but I
bitch.
mean, I'm going with it. Now you have to pick two other people.
Yeah,
so,
I'm gonna pick some.
Or you can agree with me.
I'll have to think of some healthy applicants.
Anthony?
Can I have the guy really fast? Can the guy that tortured Theon die? I don't
Ramsay?
Like, I don't like him.
Okay, so your pick is
Oh,
Ramsay and who else?
And he's marching north to
He's
the
a
wall
dick,
too.
man. I don't like that guy. I don't even know him well enough. I'm just gonna stop with that guy.
Okay, so he picks Ramsay.
Alistair Thorne,
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Which one's that?
the guy at the.
They killed Jon Snow.
Oh, the old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's a
Dick.
asshole.
I was gonna say Alistair and who's the other person? And Bolton, Bruce Bolton.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bolton would have been my third one.
I'm gonna pick a dark horse. He's not no hints, but I'm just gonna say it's gonna be the opposite of what we think. I think Dario Naharis will die.
Really?
I could see that.
I think that'd be a funny twist that you think it's gonna be Jorah Mormont gonna
Uh-huh.
sacrifice.
That guy could see that.
So I'm gonna put my money on that. Don't know why.
Who's
You know-
that?
He's the guy who's traveling with the guy with stone skin. He's the guy
He's like
who's
the-
screwing the Khaleesi.
Yeah. He's
Okay, the guy that the actor
mercenary,
the actor
basically.
switched in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
season 2 or whatever. Okay.
You know who we didn't see is Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Baelish. We didn't see him at all.
And we can get a hint out of it next week.
So I'm assuming that he'll probably be in the next week's episode. Or you don't think so?
I think they would have showed his face if he had any screen time.
Well,
Yeah,
he might
you
just
could.
show up because he's still in limbo, traveling to King's Landing or whatever.
They might write him off for a few episodes saying he's traveling. Even though it took him one episode to get from like King's Landing to Winterfell.
Maybe he was writing
So
Shadowfax.
Yeah, right. It's so funny. Like,
Did anybody else get that reference?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't get it. Explain it.
Can I throw in a weird? What if? Wait, is Hodor dead? Hodor?
No.
No, he was
What if
injured.
he
though.
dies and some shit goes down with Bran because they're like buddies? Maybe he gets all
That's right.
because they said he's gonna get stronger, so maybe he gets all
Yeah.
brainiac ape shit and starts throwing bodies.
I'm curious of what's going to happen with the White Walker Night King. I
that
think
guy's
that's his
cool.
name.
The Witch King?
No, it's I think it's the Night King, right?
Officially, I think the Night King.
I'm curious to see what goes on with that, or if he makes advances towards
He was-
Castle Black.
He was
or-
in the trailer.
He was in the trailer that I seen,
Is-
and
Go ahead.
I don't want to spoil it because it's something that happened in the trailer.
Hodor is gay in real life.
He's a DJ too.
And he's a DJ. That's what I was going to say. He's a gay
He
DJ.
has
What are you
tattoos
trying
on
to
his
say?
face.
He's awesome.
He has tattoos on his face. Did you know that?
Does he really?
Yeah. He has I think he has fucking stars or something weird tattooed on the side of his face.
We're gonna see
He's
Mira
a bear.
Reed.
Does
Who?
he have Drake on his forehead?
Mira Reed.
Who's that?
Mira Jojen Reed and Mira Reed, the two brother and sister who are leading.
Oh yeah, the
Bran.
Prophet Kid, and then the
Oh,
sister
yeah.
that looks like
Oh, we
she
gonna
could
see
be
the
Jon
sister again?
Snow's
Like, is she gonna have aged just like Bran? We haven't seen her in this season.
It's funny because when you see kids on any show go from year to year, they age so much. Chandler Riggs on Walking Dead, any of the people on Game of Thrones. But we didn't see him for an entire year, so it's been 2 years. You know he's going to be... I've seen pictures, but I haven't seen...
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen trailers.
Even the last year he was on, he got significantly older fast. Like, it's funny because Ira does. I mean, she still has a baby face,
Yeah.
and she's aged just.
She might always have a baby face.
Yeah.
What
that's-
about the other little brother, Bran's other little brother?
Rickon?
I don't think
Yeah.
Rickon will ever be mentioned on the show again.
You don't
Probably
think so?
not.
if they, I don't know if he's in the books, but if so, they're going to recast him and he'll be a
Older.
13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And so it won't matter. I mean, his storyline may come into question if the Boltons actually take the North and it matters. Theoretically, he is with Asha at, I don't know, one of the Northern Lords' keeps. But
Just a thought, because there are still more Stark boys out there,
yeah,
technically.
and a direwolf.
Well, there's 10 episodes. We did one podcast for the first episode. You guys want to go every 3 episodes? We'll get back together and discuss the last 3 episodes. And we can make it short. We don't have to make it an hour. We can make it
We can make it
45
after,
minutes, or
We'll see. Maybe after every noteworthy episode, every day.
or we could do it at the mid-season, at 5 episodes, and then the season finale.
1, 5, and 10.
Yeah, 1, 5, and 10. Because I'd like to, I'd like to get into some podcasts where we're not specifically talking about a specific thing.
How about one of us watches it, the other gets to listen to it, and then we combine it and we try to just decipher what exactly
I
happened.
like that. So one of us has to just block our eyes out while we're listening to it,
the other
and one has
mute.
to watch it on mute. Oh, man. No, we should watch it at the same time, and the person that can hear can explain. You guys can talk to each other while you watch it.
Oh, that's the worst
I'm
idea.
just gonna pause. I'm just gonna put it on mute and then dub the whole thing.
Oh man,
But I think that's good. Good job, guys.
we did it. Good job, everybody.
Yeah. So that'll be it for this week. I think next week I'd like to do just a non-specific podcast, but after that it's got to be Civil War. So you guys all have to see Civil War in the next 2 weeks.
I'll probably see it the day or the day after it comes out.
We have tickets to see it opening day, so we'll see it opening day.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't like period pieces.
And I'm giving you
an
entire week to see
Civil
it,
War
Corey.
is so old and done with. I watched that Lincoln movie. And that's well enough.
Anyways, so make sure that you go to iTunes and give us a positive review. If you want to leave a negative review, just keep it to yourself. Or you can email me. It's on this. It's on the iTunes listing, my personal email. So if you want to talk shit, you can email me personally instead of giving us a bad review.
Just spam it.
Yeah. So if you do like it, please go to iTunes and give us a positive review. And that'll be it for this week. So another episode of 9 to 5 Nerds. I'm Robert Swathwood with Corey Urkel,
Good night.
guest star Anthony Smith,
Goodbye.
and the guy that didn't talk at all, Brian Pasfume.
Bye.